Hello, TCI, Church of Inclusion, Jonathan's Refuge, and all of our faithful followers and friends from around the world. I am the Archbishop of this amazing church, and I'm grateful to be here today with you, coming to you live from outside of our headquarters here in Marysville, Washington. If you look around, there's beauty everywhere. And as I was discussing today the topic of today's message, I could give you 1,000 scriptures in the Bible, and I could give you another couple thousand in a few other holy scriptures. The Qurans to the Vedas to the writings of people like the Buddha. But I want you to hear it from me. I am grateful. You know, my health has always been a bad topic. Well, I don't want to say bad. It's been the forefront of a topic in my life since I'm 50 now, and it was in my 30s that I had the first heart attacks and everything and from the tumors and the surgeries and the strokes and the having to learn to walk and talk and eat all over again. I think I've rebuilt myself now financially, business wise, 3 times from zero to a few things. And each time when I lost it, it was a different way. I never made that same mistake twice. I failed at a lot of things in my life, but I really pride myself in not failing twice at something. I tell the men, we can all make mistakes. Make as many as you want here at the refuge. Just don't make them twice. I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. I barely could get out of bed today. The medications for my heart are so heavy. It's like I'm fighting being a zombie. I have Miss Heather, who I am so grateful for, who and Brian, our vice chairman, and Heather's our secretary treasurer. Both of them are, some of my best friends in this world, and their family, their familia, Ohana, and I couldn't do things. So there's now, I mean, it's to the point where sometimes it's okay. We'll come up, we'll wake you up a half hour before you got to get on that phone call, because you're still the head guy. So I'm in the fight. I'm in the shit right now, fighting for this thing, this ticker. Now my why? No, that's why I'm still alive. The why is you. The why is you. You're my why. See, I've made all my fortunes. I've made love, had babies, raised children, suffered, buried, traveled the world. I have held titles and things that you thought were important, only to discover after all my health calamities that they mean nothing. I can sell some things that I have, some of my belongings. 600-year-old sword given to me by a king. And it's an executioner's sword. It's very valuable. Sure, those things you can few monetary values to some watches and things of that nature. But it means nothing. You are the why that I wake up in the morning, because I want to continue to do as much as I can to the day that God takes me home, because I'm not done yet. You see, there is a mission that I live for daily, and that is to change the world one person at a time. Now, my way is many avenues. One of them, one of the organizations watching this right now, is Jonathan's Refuge. That is our men's homes of hope. They're not men's homes. They're not halfway houses. These are homes of hope. And they're places where we provide a strict and strong and not sometimes easy way to get through life and obstacles, because we work with each person. We sit down, we tailor a plan on how we're going to work with this person to figure out, are they really here to change, or are they just here to, they heard that you give them a lot of money and stuff in the organization, and you help build people's businesses for them. All true, but it's not for every person. So they're watching this right now. It's for them, absolutely. It's for my almost 300 clients in my private mental health practice. I just hired another therapist. It's very exciting. Miss Heather and our department there is just starting to finally crank and being able to get the machine rolling so that we can now add more ammo to our belt to battle mental health. Because a lot of it all comes down to that right here. Why am I scared of spiders? Something up here. Why am I fearful of heights and falling? Something up here. So what do I do about it? I attack it every day, every week. I try to kill more spiders. I try to crawl in crawl spaces that I couldn't do previously. How do I overcome being afraid of falling and afraid of heights? I climb cliffs and mountains. Hey, let's go climb a 15,000-foot mountain and say hi from a cliff with a 5,000-foot drop. There's a lot of ways we got to battle. So the mental health side is another group that watches our organization and what we do, and we're helping them. Then there's our companies that hire and contract us to come out and help teach their leadership how to duplicate what we've created here. Because what we're creating is something that's not been seen before. See, people talk about something called a box, right? Make sure you guys stay within the box. That's what everyone's taught and told. And if you go to college, they'll tell you that business plan won't work. Why not? It doesn't fit within the box. The box is where everything works. And then you get the cool guys, and they're like, "Well, look, man, I don't, I'd have to live in the box, but I think outside the box." That's cool. Let me tell you something. I don't have a box. I don't even know what that means when you say that box, because where I live is in this place called Imagineer Land, and it's where you can sit there and image things, and you can create them. And you don't have something saying there's a boundary here, but you can't do that. Why can't you do that? Why can't I create something that's never been done before to fix the prison system? Why? Because no one's ever done it before. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Well, no one else went to the moon for the last 80 years until what? Until someone just flew around it. So now they did it again. Okay, cool. So it's actually not that it's because it's never been done. It's because it hasn't been done yet. Now, once it's done, then everyone's like, oh, they were just amazing. And yeah, they were, because they saw what you didn't see because you live in a box. Or you live in a world that says you think outside the box, which still means you're in a box. I don't have a box. There's no box. It's allowed me to create ideas and concepts before anyone ever thought of them. Telemarketers, we created the dialer. People hate me because of that. But the phone literally would dial 10,000 calls. And then when the person picks up, it shot it to my telemarketer, who didn't have to waste doing this ever again. And I eliminated all that time frame. And I was able to bring the productivity up so high that it transformed the globe. And then when the pricing for labor got too bad, other ideas. And yeah, I'm one of those guys that helped. Hey, let's ship them off over here, and we'll go to this country, and I can teach these guys how to do it, and they can. All of the ideas came from not living in something called a box. Parameters that, when it comes to creativity, will stifle you. Now, I'm not telling you to take everything that Business 101 teaches and throw it out the door, but I'm trying to explain how I got here. So I lost it, and I got here. Then I got my health, and I'm still fighting. And so I'm sitting here today, and I just finished a meeting. We just hired another therapist, and Miss Heather gives me, a bunch of banking things that had to be dealt with. Our executive vice president just went to a major surgery at our mental health firm. He's sitting in his house, can't move. So so I'm sitting here, and I got to get out We got this big RV we got to get set up because we got guests coming and going and we got things to get done. And I just took a breath. I was sitting outside, just taking a breath. And I looked around. That's what you see. And I looked up there on the hill. And it's not even done. The hill's not even done. We haven't even done the gardening. Putting in all the beautiful flowers and all the stuff we're going to do. And then I peeled over here, and you can't really see it from there, but past them trees, there's a garden that I'm building, a memorial garden for my grandmothers, for my mother on, and all of my grandmothers, to show homage and respect to the women who bore us and brought us into this world and raised us. And then I had this overwhelming joy coming up inside of me, this joy that just was, I couldn't stop smiling. And I was in so much pain, and I'm trying to get through things, and I'm just like wanting to take a second, take a breath. And this joy just starts. And I see one of our men from one of the houses up here. And they earn the place to be around here. They earn their time here. They earn the ability to be up here and hang out. And it's just not like, hey, everyone gets to hang out there. No, this is where people earn and have that respect and go, hey, that guy, yep, he's a good man. He does everything. He goes to work. He pays his bills. He's on time with everything with the Department of Corrections. He's doing it. His volunteer work. He's got it saved up. We want that guy. That's our guy. You know what? We're gonna have 8 guys up, come up for a little dinner. Just a couple guys, 3 or 4 maybe. Instead of a big 8 party, let's just do 3 or 4. Bring that guy. And there was one of the guys. I watched him, and I watched him work for a minute. And I was so grateful. He had every tool he needed to fix the thing that was on his vehicle that he needed to get done, all supplied for by this organization. And he waves up and he says, "Hey, Rev." He's like, "How you doing there, Bish?" And I'm like, "I'm good. I'm good." He's like, I won't bother you," which it's not that they're told not to bother me. I'm very busy, and it's very tough. And with my health, I do have to choose how much time I spend with people because I only have so much time before I'm going to be exhausted, right? And they're such great men. These men, I wish you could all meet them. They all have their little things that can annoy me from time to time, as I'm sure they could tell you 1,000 things that I do that annoy them. But I love each and every one of them so much, all of them, even the 1 or 2 that I know you think I don't like you. I actually do. I do love you, brothers. Um, and he drove off, and I started to cry because men's homes don't do that. They don't help a man. They don't teach him. See, Cameron and his father are teaching a couple of the guys as they're working on one of the company trucks. He's volunteering his time. His father is to come out and not charge us the 20,000 that the mechanics are charging to put the new engine in. We just got to pay for the 23 grand for the parts. So instead of paying $43,000, we only got to pay for the parts. But he's also teaching the men things about the vehicle and how to do this and how to do that and how to take a radiator out so you don't have to go spend $1,000 at a mechanic shop. Things that they don't teach anymore. And then supplying them with the tools that they can freely come up and take and work on their car for a minute or two and fix some things that they just couldn't. I can't afford that. I need a ratchet. I need this. Okay, that's gonna be $30 in tools. Well, there's that one place that you can borrow some tools, and oh man, and it's just stop. I got you. Come on up. You do the proper channels, go through your house manager, they'll set it up. You come on up here. And I'm crying because this guy was so grateful as he drove off around the property. He stopped right behind me and he says, "Hey, Rev, this looks nice." And I said, "We haven't even begun. The construction's been really kind of what you call the foundational things. So a lot of stuff that no one sees, like the massive amount of electrical that's been put all over the property and the tunneling and all of that and the road that don't even start with the road. It's like a $60,000-$70,000 sort of getting property kind of cleared in areas where we got to be working and building and permitting, and then the inside of the work that's been done in the building of the office, and then getting the space 2 and the garage being demoed. And so all of this to me, it's like I'm still stuck in like we're still here waiting, but there is a lot done. And then again, I was reminded of this beautiful place, and I overwhelmed with this feeling and emotion of blessings. And I'm so grateful. And then the human mind has a way, whenever you're being happy, to show you something negative to try to tweak you the other direction. The second I sat here and thought of how blessed I was as I was preparing to write a message on my final paragraph that I wanted to share on tonight's theme, I changed my mind because I had an emotion that was so overwhelmingly beautiful. And instead, the mind instantly tells you you are not qualified. You are not worthy to have that peace of mind. You're not worthy to have that calmness in your head. You are not worthy to smile. How dare you smile, Jonathan? Do you know how many people you hurt in your entire life? Do you know how many men you beat until they couldn't ever walk again? Do you know how many? I can't say certain things that I've done. Do you know how many things you've done? And then all of a sudden, oh, you're an A-class winner, buddy. You've got a child in prison for murder. Yeah, you did a good job. Congrats. You know, you were married for 19 and a half years, got divorced, got married again for 4 years, couldn't divorced. Whoa. Yeah. How many companies did you found and create and start and fail in? And then all of a sudden we're back to the depression, right? And that's where you have to grab yourself and say, I'm blessed. Hey, that thought that just creeped in my head is natural for everybody, including Mr. Positive. I mean, if you look on my wrist, it literally says hashtag live positive. Hashtag live positive. It is my motto. I then take the living positive with action and apply the steps. And I take one step and then I take one breath and I just repeat it until I get to the top of whatever ladder I'm climbing, be it health, surgeries, financial ladders, buying 10 houses this year that I don't know how in Hades I'm going to do it, but that's the goal we've set and we're going to accomplish it. There's just so much involved. I've got a shed being delivered a she shed that I have to get put together. It's like 200 square feet. I'm going to need a couple of our men to volunteer to do this. It's for a room so that we can have Miss Heather do therapy for people in one of the programs we offer. And so, I've got to try to coordinate people to come up and say, hey, I'll volunteer to help build that room. Absolutely. And so there's so much. There's just like you could just sit here and get bogged down by all the pressure of things, or you could just throw your hands up and say, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I got a problem trying to figure out how to put together a she shed so that we can offer another therapy to our clients. I am excited that I have the opportunity to have to go out and try to find out which roses I'm going to plant in the rose garden. I'm so excited about that because it, instead of being like, oh, I can't believe I still have to go find those roses. God, I can't ever find time. Oh gosh, I got to find people to help volunteer to do this. Yeah, it's how you channel what's coming at you. So you can channel it as a bad thing, or you can channel the good part of it. You can look at it as a problem, or you can look at it as an opportunity. It's a mindset, folks. It is a true mindset at the end of the day. And as I sit here, I struggle in life to get across to people when they ask about the secrets to success. It doesn't matter if it comes from my business people or my spiritual world. It doesn't make a difference. The answer is really the same. There's a couple basic things that are, can always be a little different, but overall, you have to have a belief in something, a belief that, I'm going to accomplish a goal of becoming a lawyer. Okay, that's your belief. I am going to become a lawyer. Why? We got to determine the whys. Same thing. I want to get married. Okay, there's your goal. Good. Why? You got to determine the whys. You get the basics down, right? Once you get that down, at the end of the day, it's about having gratefulness so much that as the good comes to us, we give that away. And as the bad comes to us, because it just keeps coming, I've learned it's my job to put up the dukes. That old fighter, okay, he's still there. But I'm fighting a different fight. I'm not fighting that flesh and blood anymore. Well, there was that one incident last year. That guy was an idiot. And he got knocked out because he deserved it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I didn't just say that. It's a whole other story. Now I got to explain that to the guys at the refuge. But here's the point I'm trying to explain. I'm not fighting flesh and blood anymore. Because of some situations that have been occurring in our lives with all the chaos, the stress, and the health, a few of my closest friends have called and informed us how they found their path in life and how they became overcoming this huge obstacle that they had. And now they are like feeling like they're on top of the world. And we were so grateful to hear this. And they were more grateful to tell me it was because they watched me how I took all the crap and I just smiled. They were here and they would literally see me go, oh my God, what the hell? And I just got off the phone with someone and it's like, this guy's an idiot. Does he not know he's going to go to jail for doing this? And now I've got to get on the phone and deal with DOC and try to negotiate and help and solve a guy's problems that aren't mine, but I'm trying because I care. That's my job. And my director's, he's in bad pain and out of shape and can't do anything. And so, oh man, what do we, and the stress. And then while all that's happened, I go into a cardiac event and I'm popping nitro. And then I got my health team sitting there and Miss Heather and them are like, are we good? He's fine. Don't worry about it. They're giving me, I'm working still while all of this is going on. And I'm, we're doing this and I got blood pressure. They're like, really, we should probably wait. No, we're fine. Don't worry. This is a normal routine for us. And we solved this whole thing. And it was a major crisis. We get just done with that. Sit on the porch to watch a little sunset. Not even 15 minutes before another crisis pops up in another division, in another company. And back to start. And they said, you just handled it like it was exciting. And I said, it is. It's a blessing. Because you want to know what? If I didn't have all those problems, I wouldn't be at the top of the hill. See, if you're not at the top of what you're doing, well, it's easy. Listen, I'm sorry. It was easy for me to get in the car at 5 in the morning and drive to Seattle and go run a shift at the skyscraper doing TI work and rebuilding the skyscraper from the inside out. I did that to me, 9 to 5, 40-hour weeks. That's like a simple job. What do I got to worry about? I ain't got to worry about nothing but me. Just me. I got a couple guys, I got all right. And then I got my subcontractors. I got to worry about them, but serious. And then next thing you know, you're like, well, I got the IRS on my shoulders. I got my CPAs up my neck. I got this person up my neck. I got that lawyer. I got this division. I've got to talk to the state divisional people at the employment division. What? And it doesn't even, that's just before you get out of bed. And I said, yeah, because if I wasn't here, I wouldn't have any of that. Be grateful for the crap that's in your life. And all of a sudden, you'll see the crap start to slide away. And you'll start to see more of the blessings. And when you get the blessings, enjoy it, but give them also away. Give them away. Help another person out at the same time. And the faster you do that, the faster more blessings come to you. The more I see one of my men help another person, the faster I am to help that man that helped that person, because I want them to experience that boomerang effect of reaping and sowing. So I know usually I keep our messages to 20 minutes. I know I'm going to, by the time I'm done, probably 25 minutes of 5 over. Forgive me on this, but this is a principle that I can't explain. When I went in for, the doctors, and then this week I had to up a dosage. So I got an injection and I got to do this each week. And for 4 of the next 4 days after these injections, I puke my guts out. I puke all night, all day. I puke blood nonstop. It's a horrible thing. And when I finish puking and I clean up my face, I say, oh, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be alive. And I'm actually authentically grateful. Look in my eyes. I am thankful that I am alive to sit on this beautiful piece of furniture under this beautiful canopy at this beautiful hillside on top of Getchell, overlooking the valley, 1,000 feet over the ocean, staring into the sound where our boat is. I am so flippin' grateful. And I want to earn every ounce of it by taking and giving as much as I can away. And that giving attitude is why I have received and continue to receive so much. I love you all. God bless you. Please be givers, not takers, and see how fast your world will change. I love you all so much. To the men at the refuge, I'll see you soon, okay?